Well, finally, FC Tulsa are back here at One Oak Field as they entertain an El Paso Locomotive side they've never actually beaten here at One Oak Field. Good evening, everybody. Welcome in to the home game for FC Tulsa. Dave Saunders and Anna Bergel alongside me. And Anna, the weather is fantastic. The atmosphere is really building. We can't wait for this one, can we?
It's exciting. It's been a long time since these home fans have seen their team. Mayfest just around the corner. FC Tulsa's had a great start to the season, so a lot to look forward to.
Great start to the season. A lot to do with the head coach, Luke Spencer, and I caught up with him earlier. This is what he had to say. Well, Luke, tell us about the new faces in the squad and how you feel the squad's come together so far this season.
Yeah, I think we're happy where we're at right now, where we've started the season. Certainly it's still early on in the season. We have a long way to go. We have some improvements to make, but we've started the season off well defensively, being organized, really being committed to defending, and giving ourselves a chance to win through that. Had some new signings, like you mentioned. Al Hassan Torre, had Jamie Weber, and they've come in. And their quality has been clear. Now there's a process to that, not having a preseason, right, being integrated into a new team, in a new country. So, it's taken some time, as it would anyone, to adjust into a new team. But we're certainly excited after seeing them train, after seeing the quality that they have. We're certainly
Head coach Luke Spencer there, Anna. He's had quite the start to an FC Tulsa career.
He has. He's done a great job with his team so far, put themselves in a good position. As he mentioned, still a long way to go this season, but a great, exciting start with some new signings and the team still coming together.
Team coming together, good defensively, but he mentioned two players there. We think Jamie Weber will be on the bench, but there's going to be a start for the exciting attacking prowess of Torre.
Yeah, Torre, he brings just that explosiveness. He has international experience as well, so the club really excited to see what he can do for this team.
Talking of excitement, me and her, we can't wait for this one to get going. We hope you will join us after the break when we'll have those lineups and, of course, the first half call of FC Tulsa versus El Paso Locomotive FC.
I couldn't lay down, I couldn't stand up.
My shoulder blade and the muscles between the shoulder blades.
Bent over, couldn't stand up straight.
The pain just got progressively worse.
Turns out that I had scoliosis.
When I walked into Tulsa Spine and Rehab for the first time, I definitely felt very welcomed.
Dr. Riley, I just made an automatic connection.
He's going to take care of you and your needs and get you going.
I walked out of here and I didn't have a crick in my neck anymore.
There is truly here the desire to help people get better.
What does it take to safely transport 1/3 of America's natural gas? To meet the ever-growing energy demands of revolutionary technologies? To cleanly, reliably, and affordably power the world? It takes experience. 117 years worth. Experience that helps society move towards brave new horizons in technology and innovation that continues powering the future of our nation and the globe. Experience powers us.
Dear future Charlie, Mom said life is full of opportunities. She also said life is full of learning new things. Really, really cool new things. And when you have the right tools, there are a lot of skills to learn. If we all do the best we possibly can, you just never know whose life might change
For the better.
Tonight's FC Tulsa match is presented by Bill Knight Lincoln. Prepare to elevate your driving experience with the all-new 2025 Lincoln Navigator. By Ascension St. John, who are proud to care for our community on and off the field. Trusted for 100 years. We're here for every goal, every game, every step of the way. Visit us at ascension.org/St. John. by Bill Knight Ford. Bill Knight Ford is a proud sponsor of FC Tulsa. Bill Knight Ford is Oklahoma's #1 Ford dealer for 15 years running. Stop by today and get your hands on your new Ford today. Bill Knight, home of the Knight Advantage. And by Williams, we make clean energy happen. Well, Dave Saunders, Anna Burgle here with you as we look at FC Tulsa's lineup, and we've already talked about it. And a number 35, Torre, gets his first start for his new club.
Yeah, this will be a great opportunity to see what he can do for FC Tulsa. Brings a lot of explosiveness as well, so looking forward to see what he brings to the attack.
As for El Paso Locomotive FC, as I said, they come in off the back of a narrow Open Cup defeat, but plenty of experience in there. A wonderful goalkeeper in Jamali Waite, and a couple of starts. Dolomea comes in at left back, and there's a start also for Diaz. So we're nearly ready for kickoff here. It's a beautiful night. Let's have a look at the injury report, and Harvey Sinclair, Patrick Segrist are both out. Taylor Carrera is suspended. El Paso Locomotive have absolutely nobody out whatsoever, which is a dream for a head coach early on in this season. FC Tulsa will be playing in those black and gold strips, and a beautiful kit as well from El Paso Locomotive in that sky blue kit. They'll be playing from right to left on your screens. Thanks for joining us here on ESPN Plus, and also here locally on My 41, as Arthur Rogers belts the ball towards that left-hand side, and it will go harmlessly out over the head of Alex DeLu for a throw-in for the visitors. They are quality shirts, Anna Burgle. Let's get into it straight away. As FC Tulsa, they're really good, bright shirts, the El Paso Locomotive shirts.
Yeah, both teams looking sharp this evening.
Here are the visitors then getting control of the football. And this will go back to the aforementioned Jamali Waite, who really is a fine goalkeeper, wearing all yellow tonight. Cleared away. And they want to get behind FC Tulsa, and they have done here. El Paso, early chance. There's a slip and a slight trip there, but nothing doing, as Andy Calero was inside the box. Still El Paso on the attack here with Moreno. And in the end, Rogers clears away. And a bit of a frantic start, and FC Tulsa a little bit ragged at the moment early on here, Anna.
It is. El Paso's done a great job here on this near side, just finding a way in behind FC Tulsa, forcing them to turn their backs. Moreno's already given the defense some issues. And as a reminder, early on in the broadcast and the show, we mentioned, FC Tulsa's been tough to score on this season. Defensively, they've been really solid. Best in the Western Conference, only giving up, I believe, 6 goals. So it's going to be tough to break them down, but El Paso looking strong so far.
Throw in on the left-hand side for Lamar Batista, who plays on the left of a 3 for Luke Spencer's men. Here's Owen Darm playing the ball forward. And we can have a quick look at the keys to the game here.
Yeah, Luke Spencer, mentioned early on just the team coming together, but wanting to be aggressive, make sure they can get those turnovers in the defense. High press will lead to that, and make sure when El Paso has the ability to counter, they're able to stop that quickly and not let them get too much momentum going forward from that.
Ball forward from Coley. Straight to Dolomaya. Now the ball is worked out to that right-hand side. Cavillo combines well in the midfield. There's a ball over the top, but Delence Pierre got a first touch on that and then just about foils the danger, and in the end he gets a foul for a trip from behind. There he is, Delence Pierre, who was signed from Colorado Springs Switchbacks. There's Wilmer Cabrera, the 57-year-old Colombian, almost a year now at the helm for the Locos. Had 3 years at Houston Dynamo as coach and 2 years at RGV, and has done a really, really nice job and loves the club very well. Experienced coach. Here's the free kick from the goalkeeper, Johan Peñaranda. Headed forward by Boubacar Diallo. Now a ball out to Delou, but that's just overhit. FC Tulsa's front three tonight, Anna, will need to gel well together. Stefan Stojanovic on the right, El Hassan Toure in his debut up in the number 9 position, Alex Delou on the left. It's an exciting front three, but they're going to need to work well together tonight.
They will, and that was one of those points of emphasis we alluded to earlier, and Luke Spencer just wanting to make sure that those three, the runs are fluid, they're forward, they're attacking, and they're dangerous. And the team's still coming together in a sense where they're still trying to figure out the runs that they're making and where they can make each other successful.
Here's Rogers clipping the ball into the box. Where's it going to fall? It's cleared away well by the Locos. Roma out wide to Cabrera. Infield, likes to hit them left-footed. Scored a hat-trick just over the bar there, but he's certainly a man in form, is Andy Cabrera. And you don't want to give him too much space. And he's playing on the right, likes to come in on that left foot, as we come back to that in a moment, because you have a look at, there's the man we interviewed earlier, Luke Spencer, who's done a wonderful job in his not only his first year as FC Tulsa coach, but his first season as a head coach. He was assistant last year here at FC Tulsa, and he's taken over, and he's had some notable wins. You look at the wins against Tampa Bay Rowdies here at One Oak Field, and then Sacramento Republic. So it's been a good solid start from him, hasn't it?
It has, and listening to him as well, he's very level-headed, which I think serves this team well, because it's a long season. There's highs, there's lows, and FC Tulsa's had a solid start. As you mentioned, they've had some notable wins and not gotten results where they want to, but they've had a good start, and the trajectory of this team is looking really promising. And with the way that just head coach Luke Spencer just stays calm and looks towards the end of the season as a whole, I think will be really, really impactful for this team.
Ball out to the left-hand side to the number 12, Ricky Ruiz, but Owen Dahm foiled that danger. Good ball from Arthur Rogers now, up to Toure, and Toure was just pulling a little bit too much on Tony Alfaro, and that will be a free kick. There is Alfaro, ex-DC United, LA and New York City player, 31-year-old, in the centre of the defence. Rolls it back to Jamali Waite. Gets it back again, and then back to Waite from his 6-yard box. Clears out to the right hand side. Good high press from FC Tulsa there. 0-0 the score. We're in the 7th minute here at One Oak Field. FC Tulsa looking to bounce back from that 2-1 defeat in Orange County. They did have that wonderful win on the 19th of April in Vegas by 4-1. And here they are back at One Oak Field. The last time they were home was against Oakland Roots, going down by 2-1. That was on Saturday, April the 12th. So it's been nearly a month since they were at home. Here's Storfer, who's making his debut. Lucas Storfer, only signed on April the 24th from Lexington Soccer Club. Good long throw into the box. There was a little flick on there by Batista, who's still got the ball here inside the box. Close feet for a central defender. Now FC Tulsa still inside the box. Can they work it out here? They can. Rogers with a shot! Stings the palms of Waite, who got everything behind it, and he goes long, punting the ball up the middle of the field. But that was certainly one to sting the palms of the goalkeeper from Arthur Rogers.
It was, in great job to just keep that play alive. Tight feet, able to find Rogers at the top of the box. He got a hold of it, but just not far enough away from Waite. But again, promising start. Arthur Rogers had a good start to the season as well.
Frank de Roma, the 24-year-old, in the middle of the midfield. There's a spin and turn by Cabrera, who's inside the box, and he goes down. Nothing from the referee. Batista certainly made contact, and maybe Cabrera just went down, Anna, a little bit too easily there.
You could argue that. It's tough, though, from this angle. As a forward, we'll come back to that here.
Torre gets a little nudge on the defender, but it's cleared away.
But as a forward, I mean, he did the right thing cutting in front of the defender, trying to force that contact, but you might be right there. Maybe he went down a bit too easy. He's trying to be smart there. The reaction from the El Paso bench, they were not happy with the no call, but nonetheless, referee said play on.
And here is Stauffer again with that low line drive kind of shape to his throw, looking for the likes of Batista, who's up from the back on the corner of the 6-yard box. Into the box, flicked on, and it's just going to loop over the top of the bar. Good signs for FC Tulsa with Stauffer's long throw into the box.
Yeah, that brings in a new dynamic to this attack when you have another component off of a throw that's dangerous. We'll get another look here. Just the power generated, and you're right, it's not a floating throw. It's more of a line drive, and just not able to connect with the header there. But another great look for FC Tulsa in these past few minutes.
Remains 0-0, and we're coming up to the 10-minute mark. We can tell you that Gera Signs are industry leaders in visa processing. Here's Boubacar Diallo, hits the defender. For professional athletes, they work hard off the field for the players to succeed on it. Reach out today for your organisation's consultation. Gera Signs. Ball is loose here, and it's easy for the Australian Giordano Coley to lay the ball back here to the man wearing pink today with purple shorts, and that is Johan Peñaranda. 17 saves on the season with 2 clean sheets, Peñaranda. Stauffer into Torre. Torre was quickly shut down, and this is a wonderful run from the midfield by De Roma. Cabrera, the man in form, back to De Roma. Carvillo. Here's the left-footed ball over the top, but it's the shape on that one from Ricky Ruiz just wasn't right. Well, the USL on the CBS Sports Network continues on May the 28th with a Western Conference double-header. San Antonio FC takes on FC Tulsa at 8 p.m. Eastern, followed by Las Vegas Lights FC and Phoenix Rising FC at 10:30 p.m. Catch all the action on the CBS Sports Network on May the 28th. One to look forward to there for San Antonio and FC Tulsa fans. Ball headed forward. Delence Pierre wearing 4 at the heart of the defence. That's because AB Sissoko is back in training. He is on the bench tonight, Sissoko. So a little bit of a reshuffle at the back. Owen Darm can't get on that one, but he does get the last touch off the defender. It's going to be a throw-in for Owen Darm. And it's interesting, Anna, both Owen Darm and Lucas Stauffer have really good long throws, and I think you might see the same thing now from Darm on the right-hand side.
Well, it just brings a different, attack when you have, obviously you can have success from a corner kick, but when you can have a very similar play off of a throw, it'll be interesting to see here if Owen Darm can get this far enough in the box.
There it is, towards the near post. It's flicked on to the far post, headed away. And in the end, the referee said there was a foul on the 18-yard line, and it will be a free kick for the away side, El Paso Locomotive FC, who lead the series 3-1-2. Here at One Oak Field last year, it was a 1-0 win for the Locos. And they come forward again, and it's suddenly opened up, and a chance laid back. Where will it go? It'll go over the top of the bar from the number 6, Calvillo. It was beautifully laid back, and you can see that Andy Cabrera, as you take a look at Calvillo, Andy Cabrera you look at his form at the moment. Here he is, and he lays it back well. Cavillo just getting underneath that one, but Cabrera is certainly a thorn in the FC Tulsa side at the moment.
He is. That play really started with some good combination play, and you know, Cabrera, you mentioned the form he's in. From that angle, he was, you know, working backwards a bit, but almost like to see him a bit more selfish there, laying that ball back. Good opportunity, but with the way he's been playing, as you mentioned, he's already caused FC Tulsa some problems.
There he is going down. They're picked up by Lamar Batista, who's a very fine defender himself, and that's a really good battle out there. Of course, what happens is Storfer has to retreat a little bit from his wing-back role. And we've got 2 balls on the field, but we're carrying on. Here is Dolomaya making his first minutes of the season. The man on the ball here, 6'6", plays at left back, pushes on down that left-hand side with Ricky Ruiz. El Paso coming off the midweek defeat to Austin FC in the Open Cup. They were leading by 2-0, but in the end went down by 3-2. Here's Moreno. The busy De Roma, who's had a good start to this game. Likes to be on the ball. Paso keeping possession. Cavillo. Moreno. Olomaya. 2 players with bandages around their left wrists in Dolomaya and De Roma. Coronado, experienced midfielder. Nil-nil the score, and now Alex Delou can run forward down that left-hand side. Referee said that he was diving. Referee tonight is Mark Verso, assisted by Art Arastamanyan. Tom Felice and Tim Wagner is your 4th. Ruiz. Dolan Meyer. Alfaro goes back to Jamali Waite. Now that's been stolen away. FC Tulsa have got a chance here. Torre shot blocked. Stojanovic can't get on that one, and that will be a free kick. And the referee is going to produce a yellow card. That is the Lacoste Law yellow card that's been shown, I think, to Memo Diaz. We'll get confirmation of that. And there's Mr. Verso having a chat with Stojanovic about the final foul.
Yeah, referee did well here, I believe, to play on. That was the first yellow card given. This was that second challenge between Stojanovic coming in. So a flurry of activity there.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. We'll have to get that confirmed, whether Stojanovic got a yellow card as well. Certainly there was a card shown to an El Paso defender, which I think was Memo Diaz. That's a good header away. Here's De Roma. 0-0 the score. Thanks for your company here on My 41 here in Tulsa and ESPN Plus. Dave Saunders and Anna Bergel with you. We're getting confirmation it went to Memo Diaz, and I think I'm right in saying it was just a talking to for Stojanovic. Playing the 18th minute here at One Oak Field. Certainly Jamali Waite has felt the shot from Arthur Rogers, about the closest FT Tulsa have got. They did loop one header over the bar as well. But certainly you would say in the statistics, Anna, that El Paso have had more of the possession of the football.
They have, and I mean, looks like here just around about 80% or so. And they've looked pretty calm. FC Tulsa's had their moments for sure, but De Roma's had a great game so far, just kind of controlling that midfield. really linking up play, and El Paso doing a great job to just stay composed and try to find a way to break through this FC Tulsa defense.
The referee's coming in with another Lacoste law yellow card, and that one goes to Delence Pierre. Referee was right on the spot there. Pierre a little bit overzealous in the challenge on Ricky Ruiz. Pierre's saying, what did I do wrong? Let's have a look at the replay here, Anna. Is it deserving of a yellow card?
And that's something you really have to be careful on. Looks like he might have stepped. We'll see another look here. Could argue, I think referee's in a good position to make that call, but that's something Pierre, as a defender, early on when you get these yellow cards in the game, you kind of have to change how you play. You can't go as hard into tackles, have to be mindful that you're already on a yellow card, reminder the second yellow, and you'll be sent off. So something that he'll have to think about the remainder of this game.
Strong challenge coming in there. Alex DeLu on that left-hand side wins the throw-in. Well, from the ER to orthopedics to brain surgery, Ascension St. John has got you covered. Visit us at ascension.org/St. John. Here's Storfer with another long throw. Nil-nil the score. Crowd quietly expectant here at One Oak Field. In towards the near post. It's flicked on, it hits a defender, it's hooked away. Coley, who's not had too many touches of the football, heads it forward, but away come the Locos. Ball over the top, out comes Peñaranda, who should get there and does. Owen Darm did some good defending as well, and Peñaranda throws the ball out to Lucas Storfer in his first start, the latest FC Tulsa signing. And that ball goes all the way through to Jamali Waite. As we said, FC Tulsa have had some good victories. Tampa Bay Rowdies by a 1-0 here at One Oak Field. They did go down to 0 defeat here to North Carolina, and then a team that they'd not beaten in 15 attempts, and that was Sacramento Republic, a notable 1-0 win. Of course, the Locos coming off that 3-0 win against their rivals New Mexico United, and Andy Cabrera it was who notched his first hat-trick in the professional ranks in that game in the Derby del Camino Real. And that ball is out. It's going to be a throw into FC Tulsa. It's an interesting game, Anna. To me, FC Tulsa's back three are being cleverly stretched right across the field by this impressive Locos side.
They are. The wing play from El Paso has been really great, but the movement as well off the ball for them has really created some space for them to comfortably keep possession, and FC Tulsa defensively has been on their heels a bit. So credit to this away side for coming in and really establishing themselves early, calm on the ball, and just trying to pick apart this defense, and FC Tulsa having to do some work to really get back involved in the attack.
Clever header back then from Ortiz to Waite. Watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. North Carolina FC face off against Oakland Roots on May the 16th at 7 p.m. Eastern. Go to uslchampionship.com for complete USL TV listings. The Locos on the attack again, but Delence Pierre read that one pretty well. And Storfer clears the ball up the left-hand side. DeLu wanted a handball, and the referee belatedly, I think, got some really good help from the fourth official there.
I think you're right. Initially, the referee in the middle was going to let play go on. That's important when you have a team of, good referees all paying attention. Kind of came back in on that call. We'll get another look here. You saw FC Tulsa pleading for it. Yeah, you see that hand go up.
Here's the ball towards the back of the box. There's a stooping header away, and then an untidy challenge which Meyer won, and that one would have been an offside, I think. I think that's excellent officiating from Mark Verso, the centre, with his fourth official, Tim Wagner. It doesn't matter who makes the decision, when the decision comes, as long as you get it right. And that was really good officiating there. Rogers belts the ball down that right-hand side. In the end, it's cleared away for a throw-in, which, as we know from the first, 24 minutes of this game, is like a corner with these two, Stauffer on the left and Owen Darm on the right, with these throw-ins. There is a good shot of Owen Darm, the man signed from Lou City. Last season he was here on loan. Now he's a permanent FC Tulsa player, highly rated. Holds the left arm aloft. They're waiting at the near post. It's headed away. Coley's in with a challenge, and it's too much, says the referee from Giordano Coley. Coley, who is from Perth, Australia, played for Perth Glory for 4 years, from 2020 to 2024. He's actually signed on Valentine's Day this year for FC Tulsa. He's done well in the central midfield. Uncomplicated player. Rogers did well to battle to get in position there. Stojanovic couldn't find Torre. He's been starved of much service as Torre. It's been difficult for him to get into the game up against the centre-backs of Alfaro and Ortiz, Anna.
It has. We haven't really said his name much. A lot of things expected from him coming into the game, but might need to pull back a bit, try to find the ball in his own as FC Tulsa, those three up front, just having a harder time connecting, trying to press, trying to win the ball back up front. El Paso Locomotive FC has done pretty well defensively to work their way out.
Ruiz back to Dolan Meyer. Calvillo gets it back to the goalkeeper. Ortiz out to the right hand side to Diaz. Ortiz again. Gives it away to Stauffer, now infield. It's Boubacar Diallo, works it out to Stauffer. Stauffer with a step over. Still has control, neat play. Diallo got three blue shirts around him. Comes out with the ball and then it comes off an FC Tulsa player. Will it spin away for a goal kick? Yes, it will. Good play from Stauffer, who looks to have settled in pretty well on the left-hand side. We saw on the injury report Anna Harvey Sinclair not able to make it tonight. So Owen Darm will play on the right, Stauffer on the left, and so far so good. They haven't been able to get forward too much, but they're certainly occupying those wings very well for the home side.
Yeah, Stauffer's done a great job kind of reading the play, dropping back when he needs to, when FC Tulsa's defense kind of shifts and he has to fill that spot. You mentioned, he's trying to get forward, trying to get higher. He's had a couple of dangerous throw-ins, but slotted in quite nicely to this FC Tulsa lineup.
Short goal kick, belted away to the right-hand side. Arthur Rogers and Lamar Batista with the two challenges. Player down for the Locos. 0-0 the score. 27 minutes gone here as the crowd on the grassy banks there bringing their families in. As you said, Anna, busy old time. You could barely get a parking spot tonight. It's Mayfest here in Tulsa.
Yeah, Mayfest around the corner. Good art, good food, a lot of music, and perfect weather. This area has seen a lot of rain, so I know everyone's excited to come out and enjoy the sun. A good quality soccer game so far.
Yeah, it's a pleasant evening. The little bit of cloud in the sky, but everybody's enjoying it, and it's still t-shirt weather here. Free kick for the Locos on the right-hand side. The FC Tulsa line is pushed up to the 18-yard line. Diaz and Ruiz over the ball for the away side. They go short to Calvillo. Carvillo interchanges the passes. Cross from the right-hand side is headed away by a combination of Diallo and Batista. And Stojanovic will belt it route one, looking for Al Hassan Toure, who does well to occupy 3 blue shirts. And Storfer is away down the left-hand side. Storfer, left-footed ball into the box, headed away. Back from Diallo. Brought down beautifully by Delou. Owen Darm. Owen Darm again. Owen Darm scored an absolute belter in the 2-1 defeat to Oakland Roots to bring it back to 1-1. His only goal of the season. It was a candidate for goal of the week. Coley cleverly into the box, but good clever defending as well. Forward come the men in blue. That's El Paso Locomotive FC. The away side here at One Oak Field, the home of FC Tulsa. 0-0 the score, and we're coming up to the half-hour mark. Good tackle. Storfer would chip it forward. Here's Coley. Chested down, brought down well. Coley misses the ball in the midfield, but Stojanovic is back there to win it back. And in the end, it's a free kick. As the world demands low-cost, low-carbon energy, Williams will be there with the best transport, storage and delivery solutions. Williams, we make clean energy happen. Free kick to the Locos. They get it quickly underway. The busy De Roma in the midfield. Right on halfway here. Linking up very well, De Roma, with Eric Carvillo. Carvillo's had 4 seasons with El Paso. He signed in January of 2022. Loyal to the club. Owen Darm battling away on that right-hand side. Comes away with the ball. Good run from Darm towards the 18-yard box. Slipped it in here to Stojanovic. Across goal. Where's it going to fall? It came off a defender and went behind the FC Tulsa strikers. And in fact, the last touch came off an FC Tulsa player, but good play from Darm and then Stojanovic.
Dom's showed some real strength in this last sequence. We'll get another look here. He's able to spin the defenders and then drives inside, which sucks those El Paso defenders towards him, opening up Stojanovic, plays that ball across, but FC Tulsa not able to connect. It looks like there may have been a slight touch that redirected that behind the FC Tulsa forwards running in.
Ball loose again, cleared away. Headed back from halfway by Batista. Again, De Roma. I'd love to see the stats on how many touches of the football he's had inside this first 31 minutes. Ruiz calms things down to Noah Dollenmeyer. Ruiz again. Both left-footed players. Delence Pierre, who's had a Lacoste Law yellow card in this first half. Now it's a good first touch. Chance on goal. Out comes Peñaranda, but it's a simple tap in for the man in form. It's that man again, the number 13, Andy Cabrera. He can't stop scoring at the moment. And in the 32nd minute, he rounds Johan Peñaranda and he breaks the deadlock. It is FC Tulsa 0, El Paso Locomotive FC 1.
Dave, you mentioned the simple finish, but what was not simple was this first touch. Unbelievable, able to track it all the way in, bring it down right in front of him in his stride. Showcases his strength there, stays on his feet, and then comfortably in behind Peñaranda, able to slot that one away. I believe that's his 7th of the season, and what an unbelievable season he's had so far and start to this game, and puts El Paso on the board first.
Well, it's incredible to think that Cabrera became the 115th player to record a hat-trick in the championship's regular season, and also he scored in 4 consecutive games in a short space of time in April. He really is the man in form, and he kept cool, and he was able to round Peñaranda, who could do nothing about it. The original ball was one of those Route 1 balls, but he got there, he chested the ball down and made the chance for himself, Anna, didn't he?
That's exactly what good forwards do. They can create opportunities for themselves. He stayed calm, had the strength to fight off defenders, and just the composure was able to help him finish that goal, and just clinical.
Katrina Freshmack's corner for FC Tulsa, their first one of the night. Is there an immediate reply? Arthur Rogers drives it into the box. Good header away from Dolan Meyer. Back in from Darm, looped up into the evening sky. Brought down well by Deleu, who finds Rogers. Rogers runs into a little bit of trouble, and in fact the referee said there was a foul. And there'll be a Lacoste Law yellow card for the number 8, Frank de Roma. Coach isn't happy behind there, you can see. But it's another Lacoste Law yellow card. Mark Verso, the referee. Arthur Rogers, you could say, got a little bit lucky there. He kind of ran into trouble, but I think the referee makes the right decision. And the Lacoste Law yellow card was for kicking the ball away. Rogers has picked himself up, you can see there. There's the line of 7 El Paso Locomotive FC defenders. FC Tulsa having to come from behind again here at One Oak Field. Rogers, both arms aloft. The players will run into the box. There's a header down by Batista, who's at the far post. It was a good header down, but didn't come to anyone. And now the referee said that Batista was leaning on Armando Moreno. Well, enter the Prinks Tires Tailgate Kit sweepstakes for a chance to win a prize pack worth up to $3,000. Scan the QR code on screen to enter today. 1-0 to the Locos here in the 36th minute at One Oak Field. The goal from the man in form, Andy Cabrera, who is the son of the head coach, Wilmer Cabrera. Deleu can't quite keep that one in. Just going back to the goal, Anna, I mean, I said it a few moments ago and I'm going to say it again. I think Cabrera just made that goal for himself, because it was just one of those hopeful balls forward, but he managed to get there before the defender, chest it down into his path, and then really from then on he did everything himself, didn't he?
Yeah, and the technical ability to really follow that ball all the way through and then get his first touch the way that it did to fall in front, and then able to keep the composure. Really just an exceptional goal.
Owen Darm. Back to Coley. FC Tulsa trying to have more possession of the football. Deleu with an untidy challenge. More frustration. Alex Deleu in his 5th start. He has had a couple of goals. He scored the season opener in Phoenix to win that game for FC Tulsa by 1-0. And he also scored the 3rd of the 4 in Vegas in the fine 4-1 win for FC Tulsa. Rogers, close attention. Stojanovic can't quite get there. Dolan Meyer is able to clear the ball. Now there's a ball over the top from right to left, which is going to be picked up by De Roma, who's come from the centre out to the left-hand side, up against 2 inside the box, shoots, but he didn't quite get the curve on the ball. But he's a decent player, is the man from Sierra Leone.
He's had so many touches in this first half to just not only keep possession for El Paso, but create as well. You see him in that midfield position, but also get forward and cause problems for this FC Tulsa defense and be that extra man in the attack. So really good first half for him so far. He's been fun to watch.
Stojanovic. DeLu. Oh, wonderful ball. Owen Dunn with a real chance. Oh, brilliant defending. Quality defending from Noah Dollenmeyer, who seemed to come from absolutely nowhere with his long legs. And he foils the danger. Owen Dunn.
Dom made a really good run back post. Great ball in with pace. Dom had some work to do here, but brings it down nicely. Thought he had a bit more time than he did, and Dollenmeyer timed that perfectly, just enough to deflect that one away.
Katrina Freshmack's corner from the right. Arthur Rogers with it. Goes short here to Coley. Coley dinks it to the back post, headed away. Scurrying run from DeLu to keep it alive for FC Tulsa. Quality ball from DeLu in that last attack to find Owen Dunn, as you said, Anna. DeLu goes down, gets up again, keeps it alive. Diallo. Defender gets in the way. It's a strong challenge coming in. Coley. And the ball from Batista just played through and harmlessly through to Waite. Well, tonight's match is brought to you by Tulsa Spine and Rehab. We're in the 40th minute now, or 40 minutes have ticked by. And it is the Locos who have the lead. 7th of the season for Andy Cabrera. Throw in then for Dollenmeyer. Now chance for DeLu. Onto its right foot. Alex DeLu shoots, and a good save from Jamali Waite, who has to dive to his right. But DeLu there coming in from the left-hand side, fashioned out the opportunity. Good save from Waite, who got everything behind it.
DeLu's brought some great energy to FC Tulsa these last few minutes, had an excellent ball across for Owen Dom, and then this last play here, able to cut inside, generates some good power on that shot, but Waite did well to get low.
It's the goal scorer. Coronado. Good header away from Batista, and then Storfer rather gives it back. Locos stacked with left-footed players. Is Owen Dam. Took a heavy touch, and again Dollenmeyer, who can do no wrong at the moment, foils the danger. Calvillo plays it wide on the right to Cabrera. Calvillo again. Nale back to Memo Diaz. De Roma. The Locos happy to keep control of the football here with 3 minutes to go to half time. Now there's a ball over the top looking for Cabrera, who cleverly hooks it back into the box. He's gone down hitting an advertising hoarding. Stojanovic cleverly down the right hand side but can't find Torre. Calvillo is picking himself up out of shot. Again, another foul from Batista. He's got to be careful, the foul's totting up. Close attention being applied, and there is Cabrera, who is just picking himself up after being hooking that ball in. It was one of those challenges with the defender, no malicious intent whatsoever, but he ended up rolling onto the hard surface and into the advertising. And there's Diaz, it was, excuse me, yeah, who gets up there. You can see the dirt on the back of his shirt. He's okay. And now there's another player down. Well, there's downtown Tulsa as we pan across the field. One Oak Field here, the home of FC Tulsa. El Paso Locomotive FC have had a very good record here. And there are the fans still enjoying themselves. As we said, busy downtown here, Tulsa, with the Mayfest. And here's Anna Bergel telling you about the way the deadlock was broken in this game.
Yeah, just worth taking another look. I think, you know, what separates good players from great is the ability to slow the game down for themselves. And that's what Cabrera did there. His first touch, almost impeccable, and just able to hold his ground there, makes that look easy. And he's just had a great start to the season. His 7th goal is what separates these two teams so far.
Yeah, and I think we saw that Batista had to be extremely careful. If he'd brought down Cabrera, he would have got a red card. There's a header, diving header from Dolan Meyer, and he goes down over the top of Owen Dahm. Crowd aren't happy, but it was a bit of an awkward fall. Well, Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the Academy to the big leagues, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select, the player's choice. 3 minutes to be added on in the Tulsa Tech stoppage time here at One Oak Field as Peñaranda clears the goal kick. FC Tulsa would dearly love to go into the locker room on level terms as Coley spins it out to Alex Deleu. Deleu drops his shoulder and then it hits the second defender. Ball still down in the corner. Batista does well with some skill to get it back to Storfer. Batista. Storfer. Ball into the box. Referee, I think, played a bit of an advantage there for FC Tulsa as they were on the attack. Now Storfer goes down, and that was a free kick, and this is a chance. It is left of centre, but it's only around about, I'd say, 22 yards out, Anna, and trying to see who it is down there. It is Storfer who's got a bit of a bang in the lower back, but this is a chance for FC Tulsa late on in the first half.
Yeah, it could be a key moment. Important to take advantage of these set pieces. The positioning is favorable for FC Tulsa. They have players with the ability to whip in, you know, dangerous cross, if not hit frame here.
Well, Rogers and Coley are over the ball. It is a long way left of centre. It would be a tremendous effort to beat Jamali Waite from this distance. Delence Pierre is also there, but now runs away from the ball. Could it be Arthur Rogers here fancying a go at this one? Everybody back in a blue shirt inside the box, of course, with just around about 45 seconds left of Tulsa Tech stoppage time. Here's Arthur Rogers then. Comes up, hits it towards goal, straight into the arms of Waite, who will take some time. And it was just too close, but to the goalkeeper, Anna, but we said it, that would have been a tremendous effort to have beaten a goalkeeper of his quality from that distance.
It would have, and it looked like, you know, FC Tulsa had some players running in, hopeful to get in front of that ball and redirect it in, but just not able to execute there. And FC Tulsa trying to find something here before the first half ends, but El Paso Locomotive FC seems to be in control heading into halftime.
Jamali Wake did get his first clean sheet in his 7 starts versus arch rivals New Mexico, as the referee, Mr. Verso, brings first half proceedings to an end, and FC Tulsa will need to go down and listen to their coach Luke Spencer of how they're going to turn this round in the second half. Anna, in terms of possession, it's a close game, but perhaps El Paso just deserve to be out in front, don't they?
They do. I mean, dominant in possession in the first half. Really about 70% or so. They looked comfortable on the ball, able to get in behind, and Cabrera with the difference maker and a great goal so far in this first half.
Lots to get through in the Williams halftime show. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this short break.
Join me as I take a deep dive into the least insulted ticketing app in history, SeatGeek. Did SeatGeek invent the ticket?
No, but we do make them work.
Drum roll, please. Ooh, how do I use the seat view feature?
It shows seats with a pole blocking the view. Don't buy those.
What if I want to sit behind a pole?
Buy those.
Join me as I bore you to death with a series of interviews about a ticketing app that just does what it's supposed to do.
When I come home, it's like I feel like I'm in my dream home. I've been doing a little research on HELOCs, and I went to Oklahoma Central Credit Union. They were wonderful. We've added pretty much a new addition to our house. We didn't even have to pay the closing cost. They paid it for us. So I've been with Oklahoma Central for quite a while. I'm not going anywhere else.
A 7th of the season from El Paso's Andy Cabrera separates the two sides as we're at half-time with the Locos in front by a goal to nil. Much more to come in the Williams halftime show after this break.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Today we went to the beach, and it was totally worth it. Stay 2 nights, get a $50 Best Western gift card.
How does Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water keep you in the game? We always source our water directly from the natural spring to fuel every body, no matter how you like to move it. So whether you're chasing your goals or just staying active this summer, make sure to stay hydrated with Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. Always bottled at the natural spring source.
This week on USL All Access, look back at the week that was and an action-packed week ahead.
Rodrigo Lopez from Sacramento Republic joins us to talk his return to form, hopefully Republic's return to Open Cup glory. Mark Briggs, former Republic manager, now in the Eastern Conference with the Birmingham Legion.
No one knows it better than Roro and Mark Briggs. They're back together again, only on USL All Access.
Welcome back into One Oak Field. As you can see, FC Tulsa 0, El Paso Locomotive FC 1, a 7th of the season for the inform Andy Cabrera. Well, let's have a look at where these two stand in the Western Conference standings. And the answer, Anna Bergel, is they're locked together there. But of course, if this result holds, then El Paso will go above FC Tulsa.
Right, El Paso so far would jump into third as it stands, but remember the top 8 head into the playoffs. That's something that FC Tulsa missed last season, so they'll be looking to get back into playoff position. But so far, strong start for both of these teams, but FC Tulsa with some work to do at half to try to put themselves in a position to get the 3 points.
Let's have a look at some scores from around the league. So I can tell you that Loudon have had a wonderful 5-1 victory over Lexington. 5 different goal scorers there, and the goal scorer for Lexington was one Marcus Epps, who used to play his trade here at FC Tulsa. It finished, it's late on there, 0-0 between Hartford and Detroit, and it's 0-0 between Lou City and Pittsburgh. San Antonio are in front against the Roots, and Tampa Bay's miserable season continues. They are 3-0 down after 64 minutes at home to Charleston Battery. As we look now at the news and notes, and we say congratulations to Pittsburgh Riverhounds, who defeated MLS side New York City FC. They are the lone USL club to advance to the round of 16. And New Mexico and Lou City FC revealed new third kits this week with local ties to their communities. And let's talk about HD. Pro officials are wearing blue wristbands to honour former referee Terry Vaughan for Huntington's disease awareness. They'll be wearing the blue wristbands, as we said, to honour Terry in the MLS, the NWSL, USL and MLS Next Pro Games. You can join the conversation on social media by using the hashtag Let's Talk About HD. Very worthy cause and really important to talk about that terrible disease. Well, we are at half-time here. We will show you what went down in the first half as we take one more short break.
What does it take to safely transport 1/3 of America's natural gas? To meet the ever-growing energy demands of revolutionary technologies, to cleanly, reliably, and affordably power the world, it takes experience. 117 years worth. Experience that helps society move towards brave new horizons in technology and innovation that continues powering the future of our nation and the globe. Experience powers us.
Hi, I'm Bill Knight for Bill Knight Ford, and we're proud to be part of the Tulsa community and Oklahoma's #1 Ford dealer for 16 years, providing you with unmatched sales and ownership experience. We're grateful for the trust and support you've shown us, making our continued growth and success possible. Here's to 16 years of sales leadership and many more to come.
Join us at Bill Knight Ford and BillKnightFord.com, 96th and Memorial, and home of the Knight Advantage.
At Ascension St. John, we're committed to being your first choice for healthcare in Oklahoma. For movement disorders, spine care, and more, our brain and spine specialists lead in coordinating advanced care. Patients choose us for advanced heart care and personalized cancer care. And we also excel in the things that can't be measured. Listening more closely, caring more compassionately.
Well, tonight's match is brought to you by Bill Knight Lincoln. Bill Knight Lincoln redefine luxury with the all-new 2025 Lincoln Navigator. By Ascension St. John, illness and injuries don't wait, neither do we. Ascension St. John is here when you need us. Visit us at ascension.org/St. John. By Bill Knight Ford, home of the Knight Advantage. And by Williams, we make clean energy happen. Well, Anna Bergel alongside me. Let's run the highlights of the first half and see what went on in the first 45.
Yeah, FC Tulsa trying to get involved. Owen Dom did a great job cutting in there to create space. Dangerous ball in from Stojanovic, but a good deflection from the defense. FC Tulsa not able to get on the end of it. And that was really one of the better opportunities for FC Tulsa in this first half, because El Paso Locomotive controlled most of the possession, and then Cabrera, an unbelievable first touch here to bring this ball down, slow the game down, able to finish that one out for his 7th goal of the season. Calm, composed, around Peñaranda, able to slot that one away. And that was the difference maker for El Paso, where all that possession finally came to fruition and they were able to get that goal to show for it. And FC Tulsa really tried to continue to fight back in this game, creating opportunities. Alex DeLu got involved. Great job here, Owen Dom. But Dollenmeyer, outstanding defending here to slide through, Dave, and knock this one away.
Yeah, he did. That was about as good as it got for FC Tulsa. DeLu here with one shot, but an easy save in the end for the experienced Jamali Wait, as we turn our attention now to the first half stats. And what do you pick out from these stats, Anna Bergel?
I mean, it's easy to talk about the possession. That was kind of the key in that first half. El Paso Locomotive just looking comfortable on the ball. And FC Tulsa, they had a few more shots on target, but they didn't really challenge Wait as much as they needed to. And when El Paso had the opportunity, Cabrera took advantage. So right now, the only stat that matters is that goal, and El Paso has it in the first half.
Before we get underway in the second half, let's have a look at the team of the week in the USL Championship, and plenty of El Paso Locomotive connections here, Anna.
I mean, we keep talking about Andy Cabrera, but his first professional hat trick on Saturday, you just couldn't ignore it, earned him a spot in the Team of the Week, Player of the Week as well. Gabby Torres, who used to play for FC Tulsa, will come off the bench tonight, likely, but he had a great game, earned his spot on Team of the Week. Head coach Wilmer Cabrera as well, and then Frank DeRoma getting the nod on the bench. So great showing for El Paso Locomotive FC in this Team of the Week, and congrats to the rest of these players as well for strong showings.
Yep, strong showings from all of them. Congratulations to those men. You can see the two teams now in their huddles. We are a few moments away from the second half. FC Tulsa, Anna, have been here before. They were, 2-1 down, weren't they, last time out against Oakland Roots? So they know how to win games of football, being a goal down here.
And the fans are definitely not out of it, bringing the energy, waiting for that next goal, but trying to keep spirits high here. But you're right. I mean, FC Tulsa mentally, I think they're a stronger team this year than they were last year as far as just the toughness of this team. And FC Tulsa home fans, as we alluded to earlier, it's been about a month since they've been back at home playing in front of their home fans. So fans excited, hoping for a goal here in this second half to get things going.
There's Stojanovic, who's geeing himself up there, but I'm sure that the coach, Luke Spencer, has been down there geeing up his team. So what are we going to see in the second half? I can tell you that Brian Romero, who's on loan, has come on, the number 7 for the Locos in this second half. And I think, I'll confirm this, I think it's Arturo Ortiz that may have come off here at half-time. So Romero is on, and we are getting confirmed that the 32-year-old Mexican Ortiz has gone off. Here is Romero, first touch early on in the second half. Nobody changed for FC Tulsa at the moment, but you would expect maybe Jamie Webber, the new signing to come on at some stage. That was quite a stat, wasn't it? And a 73 to 27 possession for El Paso. They knew how to keep control of the football, didn't they?
Yeah, and that's something that Luke Spencer at halftime, I'm sure, didn't have to say much. If you're FC Tulsa playing on the field, you understand you need to get more of the ball. You need to have more of it in the final third to create those chances, and that's just something that they'll have to change in this second half. Get more of those front three players involved to try to get in behind. The fluidity of the runs, just it wasn't there in the first half, so something that they'll need to change.
Change they will. We're in the second half here at One Oak Field. Romero. Ball headed down. Arthur Rogers, who had a pretty good first half, to Batista. Storfer. It's over the head of Torres. Belted away by Alfaro. Now the ball back to Johan Peñaranda, who is rounded by Cabrera for Cabrera's 7th goal of the campaign. Valencia, good ball to Deleu. That's wonderful take from Deleu. Torre with a chance, and he's put it over. To be fair, there was a good challenge on him just as he hit the ball. But Torre, the first time in tonight's game that he's really got free of the defender.
It's a really great build-up from FC Tulsa, and Deleu, that's an outstanding pass, kind of threading the needle there. And Torre, great run. You see him just over his shoulder, tries to connect with it there, but just up over. But needing to get him more involved in this second half. FC Tulsa excited for what he can bring, but too quiet, not as many touches as they would have liked in the first half, but off to a better start.
Here is Torre. He just doesn't bring down Diallo. That looked like an arm. Play on, says the referee. And that's going to be an FC Tulsa throw. Well, soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek. Your ticket to great seats. Delancey, it's an easy thing for me to say, but I'm sure one of the things that Luke Spencer would have said was try to keep the ball a little bit more and improve that possession stat.
Right, and needing to be productive with the ball as well. I mean, it's one thing to continue to keep possession and not really make advancements going forward. So important for FC Tulsa when they do have it, be intentional with your passes, make those good runs off the ball, because El Paso Locomotive FC has, as we've talked about, has just been dominant in those moments and have been able to slow the game down to their advantage.
Jamali Waite belts the ball forward, only to the head of Batista, who calmly heads it back to his goalkeeper, Johan Peñaranda. Rogers will go long. And FC Tulsa are having to hit the ball long because they can't get through this impressive Locos team who keep control of the ball, as we've said. And I think it's always impressive when a team makes you kick long, basically. It's a bit of a sign of what's going on. But FC Tulsa have got the ball here with Torre down that right-hand side. Deleu is in the middle. And Rogers was forward, and he has won a corner. It's a good start from FC Tulsa in this second half as they look to get back on level terms.
As they've brought more energy, Torre's gotten more involved, and you've seen FC Tulsa advance more in this final third, and a good opportunity here. Fans hoping for a great corner kick in from Rogers.
Katrina Freshmack's corner. FC Tulsa, Rogers from the right into the danger area. Batista's there. It's over the head of Diallo. It's going to come back to Coley. Coley can hit one! Oh, it's a wonderful save! Well, Coley couldn't have hit that any better, and that is an outstanding save. That has to be a candidate for save of the week, doesn't it?
I mean, you saw the reaction from the defenders just praising Waite. We'll get a quick look here at the replay. The ball pops out after the outswinger, and Coley just an electric strike, and Waite watches it all the way in, able to react quickly and punch that one up over the bar.
Outstanding from the Jamaican. Here's the corner now from the other side. Again, it's Arthur Rogers, who has an assist from a corner for FC Tulsa. Batista's in there pushing. Referee's right in amongst everybody. You always get at least one of these in a game where the referee has to stop the pushing and shoving. FC Tulsa have really come out well in this second half. There's the scrum. And there's the goalkeeper, who's just made a wonderful save with his right hand. Rogers waits. Here's Rogers into the near post, and Torre tried to flick it on, and the referee said it came off Torre's foot, and it will be a goal kick. But some good pressure applied, and again, Coley with a really good strike, Anna, and a great save.
Better energy from FC Tulsa in these first few moments here in this second half. Few good shots, Torre getting more involved, the Coley strike, those things, FC Tulsa needing more of that here.
Here's Torre. Dam. Away by Alfaro. And now on the counter-attack are the visitors, but Batista did well with the defending, and Peñaranda confined Storfer. And Batista can slow things down. Good response from Luke Spencer's men here, who are playing from right to left on your screens, playing in black and gold, the home side if you're new to the USL Championship, up against El Paso Locomotive FC, who've never lost here to FC Tulsa. There was a 2-2 draw in 2023. Here's Rogers, good ball, Dam can pull it across the box, but it's away by Alfaro. And now Rogers has to get back. It's certainly a trait that Rogers has been told to get forward more, Anna, from that right centre-back role.
Well, good things have happened when he does, and that was a great piece of play there. Owen Dam just doesn't get that right ball in. Well defended from El Paso Locomotive FC, but FC Tulsa is putting together a string of a few good attacks here. Definitely better executed in the second half and in the first, and a foul here.
Yeah, Stojanovic there. Just a little bit late on Dolan Meyer, who's had a good game at left back. I remember I said in the first half it's his first minutes of the season. He's made some good defensive blocks and looked pretty solid at left back. Batista wins that one, does well. Still with the ball here, Batista, and he gets pushed off. Cabrera was the man to make the foul. Well, tonight's FC Tulsa match is presented by Bill Knight Lincoln. Prepare to elevate your driving experience. The all-new 2025 Lincoln Navigator has arrived at Bill Knight Lincoln, and it's redefining luxury on the road. 55th minute here. Still, the visitors lead by a goal to nil, but FC Tulsa are knocking on the door, and Coley, who had that shot just a few moments ago, raises both arms and will plant this one right-footed towards the penalty spot. Dolomire away. Here's DeLu. DeLu taking them all on. Has he taken a heavy touch into the box, headed away by Alfaro. Good play from Alex DeLu. Boubacar Diallo, Owen Dam. Here's Delence Pierre. DeLu just lost control of the football there. Calvillo did well to tidy up in the central midfield. Now Rogers will go all the way back to Johan Peñaranda. I say again, it's impressive from the home side, the way they've taken the game to the Locos here, Anna.
And they had to. They needed a reaction in the second half after the first half that they had. They just didn't have enough of the ball. They needed some more energy, that bright spark in the final third, and they found more of that here. But El Paso Locomotive FC trying to respond here after being kept pretty quiet so far in this first half and having to defend FC Tulsa. Excuse me, the second half.
That's Romero. Good interchange of play there, but Diaz couldn't get on the end of that one. Now Boubacar Diallo. Not on the same wavelength as Delou there. And now deep in the left-hand side. Ball is rolled back. And FC Tulsa come away with the ball. Here's Owen Darm. Delou back to Darm. Stojanovic has to make a run forward, but he just under-hit that one. And El Paso Locomotive have the ball with the impressive Frank de Roma.
Those are the chances for FC Tulsa when El Paso is out of position. They have numbers, but the pass wasn't executed well, and the play kind of goes dead. And when you have those moments with pace, you have to move quickly and connect those passes.
Torre misses out there. De Roma to Coronado, who continues his run forward. Robert Coronado. Frank de Roma, the 24-year-old. In 2021, he chose to leave college early and sign pro with Las Vegas Lights, did de Roma. And then he went to Tacoma Defiance and signed in January this year for El Paso. And I'm sure they're absolutely delighted with him. And someone who actually has part of that job is a gentleman by the name of Ray Sari. Ray Sari played his college ball here at the University of Tulsa, and there's a bit of an OKC Energy connection as well, in that Robert Coronado, Ray Sari, and FC Tulsa's Lamar Batista all played for them in 2021.
Soccer world is so small.
It is, it is. And that, of course, the Black Gold Derby, we hope to have that one back one day. There's Stojanovic, who just underhit that last ball. Here's Diaz with the throw-in. FC Tulsa pushing up now. Strong challenge from Diallo, who's in there quickly on Calvillo. The two number 6s colliding there. '59th minute here at One Oak Field. Brian Romero. Dollenmeyer. The ball down the left, helped on, but good defending, and in the end the referee will give an easy free kick there for FC Tulsa. It was pretty good defending from Delence Pierre there, who is thankfully okay. Playing in the centre of the back three with, as we said in the first half, AB Sissoko warming up there, as the other subs are for FC Tulsa. And you would have thought, Anna, typically coaches make changes around the hour 65 mark, maybe the likes of Jamie Webber coming on, long-awaited debut for the home fans.
Yeah, I mean, especially at this point in the game for FC Tulsa, we've seen better pieces of play from them in this second half, but still looking for that goal. So need to switch things up, might need to change. It'll be interesting to see what Luke Spencer does and how this lineup could change for FC Tulsa.
1-0 the score to El Paso Locomotive FC, who've come into town here. Andy Cabrera getting his 7th of the season, separating the two sides. They have a free kick. FC Tulsa players having to retreat to the 18-yard line. The ball to the far post. Dolomea into the box, headed away by Diallo. Now Delou picks it up and then gives it away again. FC Tulsa have won it back, and in fact the referee said that there will be a foul, and quickly underway with Storfer. Storfer's got Stojanovic down the left-hand side. He just runs into trouble, loses control of the ball, and now De Roma runs down the right-hand side, wearing 8. Still, the Locos have the ball. Coronado spins it out wide to the left-hand side. Ricky Ruiz. Dolomar on the overlap. Low ball into the box. Where's it going to fall? To the feet of De Lentz-Pierre, who belts the ball. Now the ball dumped into the box again, but it's over everybody. But they're going to keep it in. El Paso. Back heel from Dolomar to keep the ball live. Now we'll go back to Ruiz. Under his foot there, it's going to stay in, luckily for him. Alfaro. FC Tulsa, with that flurry of activity a few moments ago, dearly want the ball back, but they're finding it hard to get the ball in that attacking third at the moment. Here's Waite. Don't forget, he made that wonderful save to keep it at 1-0 for his team. Stoifer's done really well to win the ball back, and he's going to win a corner here. That's good play from Lucas Storfer.
He's shown really well tonight for FC Tulsa and joining the lineup. He slotted in well defensively, able to get forward and cause problems, and you can see just that extra bit of grit to jump in front and try to create an opportunity for FC Tulsa.
Who will now make 3 changes. Well, this is bold coaching here from Luke Spencer. We're going to see El Medcal there wearing 10. We're going to see A.B. Sissoko. Torre makes way. And also we've seen Stefan Lukic come on to the field. So a triple substitution. Here's the Katrina Freshmax corner from Arthur Rogers into the danger area. Waite comes out with a punch. Delou has managed to win the ball, and there's a head injury, says the referee. The referee has to stop play when there's a head injury, and I think the player down is Dolomea. There's Alex Delou, who's working hard for the cause. Well, there's the referee. He's had a good game tonight, Mark Verso, and he's wearing, Anna, the blue armband we told you about in the news and notes. Throughout May, the pro officials are once again supporting Huntington's Disease Society of America's drive to increase awareness of the fight against Huntington's disease. They'll be wearing blue wristbands to honour former referee Terry Vaughan in MLS, NWSL, USL and MLS Next Pro games. Another wonderful, wonderful thing that the game of football can be used for bringing awareness. And talking of awareness, we've got Luke Spencer there wearing the 988 as well.
No, you're right. Tight-knit community. Obviously, everyone focused what's going on the field, but also what's going on off the field. Luke Spencer wearing 988 Lifeline, just to promote National Suicide Prevention Month, so a lot of things just to be aware of and bring light to here in this game, not only on the field but off as well.
Well done, everybody concerned. So we're back underway. Here's Lamar Batista, who's just overhit that one, as we tell you that Tulsa Spine and Rehab are a team of specialists in one place, delivering lasting pain relief. 1-0 to El Paso Locomotive FC here at the home of FC Tulsa. FC Tulsa have had, as we talked about earlier, 2 very fine wins against Tampa Bay here at One Oak Field, and also Sacramento Republic, but they have gone down to North Carolina Oakland routes. They won't want it to happen a third time here tonight as Batista belts it down towards the right-hand side. Lukic is on and puts some pressure on to Jamali Waite. El Madkar, we told you, wearing 10, comes on as well. Stojanovic was withdrawn. So Delu, El Madkar and Lukic are the front 3. And now a couple of changes for the Locos. We're going to see Daniel Carter coming on, and also Frankie Lopez. We talked, Anna, about the Oklahoma City Energy connections. There's another one, Frankie Lopez. He also played down the turnpike in 20 and 21. He also played with Coronado, Ray Sari and Lamar Batista. Now, the referee is going to give a Lacoste Law yellow card, and I think it was for the delaying of leaving the field by the number 10 for El Paso, and that of course is Armando Moreno. So on come Daniel Carter and Frankie Lopez, and there's Cabrera, whose goal separates the two sides, taking a well-earned rest as well. His 7 goals of the season. There's Carter wearing 20. El Medkar to Delu. Delu to El Medkar, who's onside, says the assistant. El Medkar across goal, there's no one there. Dam was coming in. Lukic holds his head in his hands. El Medkar did pretty well there to slide that ball across the front line.
A bit of miscommunication there. You saw Stefan Lukic coming in, making that run. He looked like he might have been holding it for that square ball back, but the initial ball played in, was hoping he would continue that run in. El Medkar trying to connect there, but just not able to execute.
Jamali Waite, the goalkeeper, gets a Lacoste Law yellow card. Here's Delence Pierre just leaving the ball now for Batista. Well, can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XMFC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights, plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS Premier League and more, all on Sirius XMFC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. Maybe Sissoko gets a very important first touch of the game after coming on as a substitute in this second half. Referee's blown the whistle for a free kick for FC Tulsa. Just over 20 minutes left in this USL Championship game. Now Rogers has gone to ground and won a free kick for FC Tulsa, who can get the likes of AB Sissoko and Lamar Batista forward. In fact, Delence Pierre's there as well. It's all of the back 3 that are up there, Anna.
Yeah, there was a similar opportunity like this late in the first half. Arthur Rogers swung a ball in but didn't connect, so maybe try something a bit different here, but you see players standing at the top of the 18-yard box is that line with all that space in behind to run into, needing a good ball in here for FC Tulsa.
Here is the ball from Diallo. He's overhit that one, and that's an easy catch for Chamali Waite, who will go route one. Looking for Lopez, who gets smashed to the floor. Lopez pleading his innocence there, but it is going to be a free kick for FC Tulsa, who quickly get underway. Here's Coley. Batista. Foul starting to mount up now. Carter with that latest foul. There's Coley over the top looking for Owen Darm, who will keep this one in. Well, that's clever defending. And now Lopez with A.B. Sissoko. Sissoko will go back to Johan Peñaranda, who will clear a little bit hurriedly under some pressure. Lukic tried to flick the ball on, but it was a good defensive header. Dollenmeyer, who's had a really good game for the Locos. Calvillo's had a tidy game. Blue-collar worker in the midfield. Now the ball out to the right-hand side to Diaz. Back to Romero. Alfaro gets it out to the left-hand side, and then there's a foul, and Owen Darm will get a Lacoste Law yellow card. Well, enter the Prinks Tyres Tailgate Kit Sweepstakes for a chance to win a prize pack worth up to $3,000. We're going to put a QR code up here on the screen. You have to scan the QR code to enter today. The Prinks Tyres Sweepstakes. A little bit of a lull in the game. There's Owen Darm, who got the Lacoste Law yellow card. And there are the fans, the home fans, of course, who are willing FC Tulsa to get back on level terms here. Dollenmeyer is okay. The fans knowing now that 18 minutes is not a great deal of time if FC Tulsa are to get back in this one, but also knowing that if FC Tulsa were to get the next goal, then they could go on and win the game of football. But at the moment, the Locos standing firm, and it's very hard to beat them, including their goalkeeper Chamali Waite. FC Tulsa have made 3 substitutions, and they've won a throw-in on the right-hand side. Arthur Rogers will take it. There he is, the Englishman, born in London. Goes short down that right-hand side. The Locos are going to make another change here. And we're going to see the introduction of Gabby Torres, former FC Tulsa man. Knows this field pretty well. He is going to replace Ricky Ruiz. Let's have a look at that chance that FC Tulsa had with the Australian Coley connecting really well here, Anna.
Yeah, FC Tulsa trying to find the equalizer here, but we've talked about how tough it's been to break down El Paso Locomotive FC, and goalkeeper Waite here just reads this one all the way through, reacts quickly, and able to punch that one up over the bar. Candidate for save of the week, in my opinion.
Owen Darm into the danger area, bounces nicely for Waite. I agree with you. I think it'll take... there are many good goalkeepers in the USL Championship, and it'll take a really good save to beat that one. There is the Jamaican, who wants to continue his fine form. He did have that clean sheet, as I said, in the game against New Mexico, and that 3-0 win, a hat-trick game for Andy Cabrera, who's added to his tally tonight, since been substituted. That's a good ball into space here for Delancey-Pierre. Delancey-Pierre has found Coley. Coley stabs it through, but unfortunately El Mekar was not able to run onto that ball. Luke Spencer on the far side claps his hands. Frustrating night for him.
Well, there've been a few instances like that for this FC Tulsa side where they have a good number of players in and around the 18-yard box getting into good positions, but they're just not on the same page. Someone holds a run, someone plays the ball in behind, and it's just not really connecting in that final third the way that Luke Spencer wants it to, especially with the caliber of players he has in those positions.
76th minute. That was the voice of Anna Bergel alongside yours truly, Dave Saunders, here on ESPN Plus, and also here locally in Tulsa on My 41. We've seen plenty of sweet shots, substitutions, and I'm sure we're going to see a few more. Here's Alex Delou now. Can he get on the board? Delou shoots wildly over, and it'll be a goal kick. Did well to fashion out the opportunities.
He did, and Delou's had a couple moments like that this evening where he's just put his head down, drives forward, tries to create an opportunity for himself. Good first touch here, sets himself up nicely, cuts inside, but just need to keep that ball down, maybe curl it far post. He opts for power, and that ball just continues to rise, and you can see the frustration after that initial shot, but he has the ability to take over games, and if he can really find one of those moments here in the second half, it could be game-changing for FC Tulsa.
The course-law yellow card for Lamar Batista. Well, the USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Galazo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to uslchampionship.com or uslleague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. We hope you're enjoying this one on ESPN Plus. 1-0 the score to the Locos, who've come into town and got their first half goal. FC Tulsa have taken it to their opponents in this second half, but cannot find a way through at the moment. It's going to be a throw-in to FC Tulsa. Delancey-Pierre, who started the game as one of the centre-backs, has certainly pushed up now on the left-hand side. Here's Arthur Rogers. FC Tulsa have got 3 or 4 up front now. Rogers, clever ball to Batista, who steps into the El Paso half. Delancey-Pierre, clever ball, cushioned down the left for Alex Delou. Delou wanted to run through everybody. Romero just stood there and would not let him through. Throw in again for FC Tulsa with time running out. 12 minutes to go in this USL Championship game. Here's El Mekar. He's inside the area. El Mekar tried to go through 2. Wins the Katrina Freshmax corner. El Mekar's made a difference, Anna, since coming on as a sweet shots substitution in this second half.
He has the triple substitution. Was a bit of a risk, but El Mekar has definitely made an impact, as you mentioned. Another opportunity upcoming here off of a corner kick. FC Tulsa's had a few moments where they bring that energy forward, but needing to cap it off to find that equalizer.
Lukic waits, far post. Here's Rogers into the danger area. A header down, another save. Delancey-Pierre hits the bar. Now Coley's in the box. It's flicked on by Batista. Diving header from Lukic. How close will FC Tulsa get tonight? It was a good save by the right hand of Waite, who makes another great save. And then the follow-up header from Pierre hits the bar. He just got underneath it a little bit, I think.
Yeah, just another key moment in this game, and Pierre trying to follow up, and it just shows you sometimes it really is a game of inches. But great goalkeeping again from Waite, denying FC Tulsa the equalizer as they continue to apply pressure here.
Here's Owen Darm. Ball into the box, flicked off the head of a defender. It's going to be another corner. That came off the head of a defender. The referee's just saying it's a goal kick. He looked at his AR. Let's have a look at the close play from FC Tulsa on Jamali Waite's goal, Anna.
Great ball in, and initially the header back over. Waite makes that initial save, but the play's not over, and FC Tulsa just continues to fight, but ultimately El Paso able to clear it away. The first save, second header off the crossbar. Great effort from FC Tulsa, but defensive quality from Waite again, and El Paso to clear that one away. And you can see, looks like the referee heading over to have a word. After that last piece of play, there was a bit of confusion and maybe disappointment in the call there.
And there's a lacrosse law yellow card, and I want to say that's for the assistant. It wasn't for Luke Spencer, it's the gentleman there in the spectacles just out of your shot there, Vizarales, who is the assistant. He thought, like we did, that it should have been a corner. Carter's making a nuisance of himself, and he's committed a foul, and he is going to go into the book. Lacrosse law yellow card for him. Jamie Webber was the Sweet Shots substitution for Giordano Coley. So first look at him at One Oak Field. The man from Cape Town, South Africa, did represent his country at under 23 level. Only 47 minutes on the season. Now another Sweet Shot substitution, this time for the Locos. Have a look to see who's coming off late on here. I think the referee will add time on for this. The man going off is Diaz, making his way over there. So another Sweet Shot substitution as the ball is played down towards Owen Darm. That's come off the defender. That will be a corner. On comes Quezada, who did start the game against New Mexico. Has to be content with a substitute performance, but I think he'll come on at right back in a straight swap. Here's the Katrina Freshmex corner from Arthur Rogers. Is this the moment for the home side? Suzuko's in there. DeRoma kind of missed his kick. Here's Gabby Torres, who's barely had a touch of the football. Torres, the 28-year-old Brazilian, was named to the team of the week. He played for FC Tulsa in 2022, making 23 appearances. He went from Tulsa to Phoenix, and then in January this year to El Paso. Good player. Enjoyed having him here at FC Tulsa. Very combative player as well. Well, you have to credit Luke Spencer, and I don't know if he can go any more attacking than he is at the moment.
No, I mean, the triple substitution and just trying to give FC Tulsa every opportunity to find the equalizer, and it's brought more chances going forward for sure, but just have yet to beat Waite at this point. Has been well defended from El Paso, but time running out for them to find this equalizer.
Yeah, we're in the 84th minute here. eFootball is also here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Batista heads away, only into the midfield. The Locos want to keep hold of the football here, but they've given it away to Delu. Delu to Lukic. Lukic back to Diallo. Diallo over the top looking for Owen Darm. He's there with Torres. And it will be a free kick, and Torres will take some time out as he goes to the deck. Well, as the world demands low-cost, low-carbon energy, Williams will be there with the best transport, storage and delivery solutions. Williams, we make clean energy happen. There's Owen Darm, who's worked hard again for the cause, Anna, but where do FC Tulsa go from here with what, 5.5 minutes plus the injury time?
It's really going to take, one player to not just take over the game, but take responsibility. There have been so many moments for FC Tulsa where they've been in and around the 18-yard box, getting numbers involved, but just that final piece just has been lacking. So needing a player to step up and find that equalizer here in these late moments as El Paso Locomotive FC content to just try to keep possession and see this game through.
Here's Delancey, who's really a defender, but being really pushed on here with Delou down this left-hand side. Delou's worked hard and had a good game wearing 21. That's a good scooping ball to Damu. Heads it back to Rogers. Rogers into the box. Going to come here to Pelaire. Across goal! And that's over the line! FC Tulsa have equalised! El Medgar! Late on as the fireworks go off. They were knocking on the door for several minutes in this second half. And at last it comes for El Medgar. 86 minutes. FC Tulsa 1. El Paso Locomotive FC 1.
We just said it. Who's going to step up for FC Tulsa? And the substitute El Medgar. Great ball in from Arthur Rogers, but the play continues on from Pierre. And you see the slide in. Credit to the assistant AR in a good position to see that that ball had crossed the line. And FC Tulsa finding the equalizer here. Great play from El Medgar, his first of the season. And unbelievable here from FC Tulsa late.
Really good play from FC Tulsa. Alex Delou has been really outstanding tonight. And El Medgar was in the right place at the right time. And now there's an injury on the goal line just to add to the drama. FC Tulsa players getting together. And Anna, you'd be a very brave person now to predict any of the three results, wouldn't you?
Really anything can happen at this point because El Paso Locomotive FC has proven throughout this game that when they have possession and get numbers forward, they can be dangerous, but the momentum has shifted here late for FC Tulsa. They've been knocking on the door the entire second half, a completely different team really in this second half than we saw in the first. And still time left. Dave, I'll let you say your famous words, but late drama here, you never know at One Oak Field. We've seen crazier things have happened.
Well, and just to add more drama, we just heard that William Cabrera, the coach for El Paso Locomotive FC, has got a Lacoste Law yellow card. And it might be a good time to tell everybody FC Tulsa have not drawn a game this season. So you just feel there might be a result either way here, as there's still some attention. There's Cabrera who's saying what's going on. We're having a look to see who that is down there. I think it's Dolan Meyer and the fourth official with Luke Spencer. I think Luke Spencer, quite rightly, is probably saying, okay, time needs to be added on here.
Especially when you have the momentum that you do and the shift. And FC Tulsa, the energy in the stadium has changed now, and El Paso Locomotive FC on their heels a bit more in the second half, and FC Tulsa has taken advantage. Their plays come to fruition, and really like the substitution from El Medgar. And Dave, as soon as he came in the game, immediate impact, and you love to see it when a player comes off the bench. There's pressure, and Luke Spencer talked about that earlier in the interview that you had with him, where it raises the level of play. It makes it hard for him to make decisions on who's in that lineup, and El Medgar trying to prove his point.
Yeah, he said there's competition. Wait a minute, there's a header towards goal. It's just over the top, wasn't that far away. Yeah, there's competition for places in the FC Tulsa ranks here, and El Medgar has done himself no harm whatsoever as Johan Peñaranda looks to take the goal kick. Incredibly, the Loco started off the season with a 2-2 draw at home to Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC, and then a 4-4 draw against Phoenix Rising FC a week later. They have had a 1-1 draw at Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC as well, but neither team really wants a draw. I know it's early on in the season, but you just feel this game now for both teams, Anna, is there for the taking.
Well, and it's one of those games where there's moments where each head coach and team can look back and say, man, if I would have done that differently, this game would have been different. And there have been a few moments like that, and there have been some outstanding saves and, you know, runs in the box for FC Tulsa that just were a step off, or slightly off, and that's where you feel like you could have won this game. And so both teams wanting to do that, and you can hear the crowd here from FC Tulsa trying to will this throw into the box from Owen Dom.
Well, mainly because Sissoko was saying, come on, we really need you. Here's Dom's throw. What a good throw into the box, and it's headed down by AB Sissoko. Wide of the target. We are hearing that we're going to have 8 minutes of Tulsa Tech stoppage time. Sissoko heading wide. It's got the captain's armband. Jamali Waite, who's already had a Lacoste Law yellow card, takes his time, carefully places the ball. Well, we've said it many, many times. One Oak Field is the place for late drama. Delancey-Pierre heads away. Good game of football. El Paso Locomotive FC had 73% of the possession in the first half. FC Tulsa really come back well in this second half, and in fact now they're up to 35% possession, which doesn't sound a lot, but it's a lot improved in the second half. There's a line of 5 blue shirts at the back for El Paso now as they protect this point. Lukic goes down. Free kick to FC Tulsa, again can bring players up front. We've seen 7 yellow cards, 8 yellow cards in this game. Referee pacing out 10 yards. Mark Verso has worked hard, the centre referee. 17 shots to 7 in favour of FC Tulsa in this game. You might not have the possession, but they've had the shots. And don't forget, Delancey-Pierre hit the bar with a header as well. Here's the ball behind the defence. It's going to come off Lamar Batista, and it's going to be a goal kick. And we've played 2 minutes of the 8 to be added on. Credit both coaches, Anna. They've shuffled their packs in this fine game of football.
They have, and tactically coming in, these teams were pretty evenly matched, found success on the wings, and really it's just been a chess match, and who's going to be better in that position. And FC Tulsa late in this second half have found some more joy and some more energy going forward, and El Paso Locomotive FC overall had a decent game. We've talked about the possession. They've looked comfortable. Cabrera with a great goal, and they're just trying to hang on here to this point with the momentum of FC Tulsa.
Lukic has made a difference since coming on. There's a ball over the top from Boubacar Diallo. Brilliantly finds Delancey-Pierre. I say that, he just spun off the turf there and went away from him. So it's going to be a throw-in for Quezada, who will take some time and then throw it up the right-hand side to Carter. Delancey-Pierre has committed a foul. Well, would either coach here, Anna, take a point at this moment if you offered it to them?
That's tough. It's early in the season, and you know, both teams in a good position from a standings perspective, kind of on track for what they'd like to do this season. But with the way this team has gone, I think if you're El Paso, you're disappointed if you walk away with a point here. FC Tulsa, if they've clawed their way back in, they might be pleased with it. But again, they've had 17 shots, 6 of those on target. So you look at their play and say, well, let's be more productive in front of goal, and this game looks a lot different. So it's tough to say, but both teams have their reasons.
Yeah, FC Tulsa now into double figures for the season, and they've only conceded 7 goals. They were fewest goals in the Western Conference, and only Lou City, who'd only conceded 4 before tonight, conceding fewer. 1-1 the score. We've got around about 4 minutes left. Lou City have drawn 0-0 with Pittsburgh tonight. There's a win for Charleston at Tampa Bay by 3-1. Is there a winner here for FC Tulsa? There's a sliding challenge. Arthur Rogers has worked really hard, and he's not going to take the throw, and he's going to get into the box. And now Golan Meyer who had some treatment just now right in the goal after FC Tulsa had scored the goal. It's down again. He's banging the turf, and I think he may have to leave the field here. There's Luke Spencer, who can really do no more. I'm sure he'd love to be on there himself. He's a striker, but he's again talking to the fourth official about, you know, we've got to add this time on. But you've got to credit this man. I mean, he's done everything tonight. I mean, at half-time, he must have talked to them. They were a goal down. He's brought the second half subs on, and they've got their reward, and nobody would be more delighted than if they could get this winner here.
Well, that right there tells you he's not content with a point. He wants the extra time. He wants his players in a position to find that next goal and feels that they can do it. And he's done a great job with the substitutions and the personnel, trying to put them in a position on the field to be successful. We'll see if he can get it done here.
Well, Dolan Meyer, for the second time, is having to leave the field. Means his team are temporarily down to 10. Referee just looking at some shenanigans inside the 6-yard box. Zoko's there. They go short to Lukic. Now Owen Darm scoops the ball to the far post. Elmeka back! Batista with the shot, which is blocked by the defender, and Batista's won it back. Here's Elmeka, the goal scorer. Now there's a ball for Carter down that right-hand side. But look who's back there. It's Alex DeLu. Nobody's worked harder than him in an FC Tulsa shirt. He hasn't won that free kick, though. Carter again. And then Batista has committed a foul, which will be a frustrating one, I'm sure, late on here, because we are playing another minute and that might be it, although I think the referee will have to add on another minute or so. But a free kick for El Paso, who could take it into the corner if they want a point, or Anna, they got plenty of players forward here to look for the winner.
Right, mentally you have to stay sharp at this point in the game. Legs are tired, both teams are spent, but don't want to give up these free kick opportunities, especially this late. El Paso Locomotive FC will treat this like a corner kick. It looks like 2 players in the corner, 2-man wall for FC Tulsa. Gabby Torres left-footed, possible in-swinger here if they don't go short and see this game through.
Or Calvillo with the right. They're both stood there, or do they just take it into the corner and surprise everybody? They've got plenty of players forward. Everybody back, of course, for FC Tulsa. They've got a 2-man wall there. It is going to be Torres, left-footed into the box. It's headed away by Batista. And a strong challenge coming in. And FC Tulsa have won the throw-in. Owen Darm has worked really hard for the cause tonight as well. It's been a real battle out there, Anna, hasn't it? I mean, the referee's done well. There's been a few fouls. There's been goals. There's been yellow cards. It's been a battle, hasn't it?
It has, not by lack of effort from either side at all. It's been a competitive game. A lot of cards given, but really it's just been a strong match. Really competitive from both teams.
Torres. Ball up to the front line. Boubacar Diallo goes in for the tackle. Late drama here, maybe, from either side. And now the ball will spin away for a goal kick, and FC Tulsa can get the ball forward quickly here with Johan Peñaranda. Coming up to the 99th minute. And in fact, the referee says that will do it, and the sets of players will have to shake hands and take a point each. The 2 coaches come together and shake hands, and sportingly there are good handshakes all over the field. And Anna, after all of that, it finishes a 1-1 draw.
It's a well-played match between these 2 teams, and just looking around the field, I mean, the reaction from both teams is a bit disappointment in a good way, in a sense that both teams really felt like they could have won this game, and a quality match between these 2. First half goal from El Paso Locomotive FC. You felt like they were really in control heading into halftime with most of the possession. Then credit FC Tulsa, came out a different team in this second half. A few substitutions, and El Medcar finding the late equalizer and a late surge from FC Tulsa, but just not enough to find a winner here at One Oak Field.
Yeah, it's the first draw for FC Tulsa, incredibly, this season. But at the end of the day, it would have been a shame from the FC Tulsa point of view if they hadn't have got anything from this game. But, you know, El Paso were a good team. They dominated possession, and they could argue, you know, without that pressure from FC Tulsa, they could have taken all 3 points tonight.
Right, and at this point in the season, I mean, we looked at the standings earlier. Both teams really in a good spot as far as the trajectory that they want for the entirety of the season. And I think we'll get a quick look at the highlights here from the game. And we alluded to the goal from Cabrera in the first half, El Medcar in the second half, and it was all El Paso Locomotive FC in the first half from a possession perspective. But what an unbelievable first touch from Cabrera, coming off of a hat-trick Player of the Week nod in the USL Championship, and then this goal, able to just bring this ball down so well, stay composed around Peñaranda, and well in control in the first half, led by Cabrera in this goal, Dave.
Yeah, 7th of the season, following on from that hat-trick against arch rivals New Mexico, and that's what the score was at half-time. But FC Tulsa just piled things on in the second half, didn't they?
They did, brought the energy, the triple substitution from Luke Spencer, a bit of a risk to bring on so many new players, but El Medcar, one of those, and on the end of this one, and just brought One Oak Field back to life here with the late equalizer. And FC Tulsa with a surge of energy and the momentum shift late, trying to find the winner, but both teams will have to be content with a point here tonight. But an entertaining game, Dave. I mean, so much between these two teams to look forward to the end of this season, and both teams, again, putting themselves in a good position from a standings perspective in the Western Conference. FC Tulsa 4th, El Paso Locomotive FC right behind them, but both with 13 points. And we'll take a look at the stats here too, Dave.
As Gabby Torres has a chat with Arthur Rogers, all sporting at the end of this one. The possession improved for FC Tulsa, but still, you've got to hand it to El Paso. They know how to keep the football.
They do, and what improved from FC Tulsa in the second half really was the shots. I mean, 18-7, 6 of those on target, and that's where, if you're Luke Spencer, you're disappointed, want to be a bit more productive when you're in front of goal. But El Paso Locomotive FC, calm, collected, kept possession, able to see this game through to get the point. Unfortunate from their perspective to give up the late goal, but both teams walking away with the point and still in a good spot from a standings perspective as we look ahead towards the rest of the season.
Yeah, we'll show you the schedules of both teams before we get out of broadcast. But I'll tell you what, let's take a break now. We are still hoping to speak to head coach Luke Spencer, but it's finished here, a pulsating draw. It's FC Tulsa 1, El Paso Locomotive FC 1.
What does it take to safely transport 1/3 of America's natural gas? To meet the ever-growing energy demands of revolutionary technologies? To cleanly, reliably, and affordably power the world? It takes experience. 117 years worth. Experience that helps society move towards brave new horizons in technology and innovation that continues powering the future of our nation and the globe. Experience powers us.
Hi, I'm Ryan Knight for Bill Knight Mitsubishi. Tax season is here, and we want to help you do more with your money by offering incredible savings.
Like the new 2024 Outlander SE, starting at $29,769 or $399 a month. And every new Mitsubishi comes with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
Come by today and experience a level of customer service built on honesty, trust, and a genuine commitment to you. That's Bill Knight Mitsubishi and BillKnightMitsubishi.com.
At Ascension St. John, we're committed to being your first choice for healthcare in Oklahoma. For movement disorders, spine care, and more, our brain and spine specialists lead in coordinating advanced care. Patients choose us for advanced heart care and personalized cancer care. And we also excel in the things that can't be measured. Listening more closely, caring more compassionately.
Beautiful background of downtown Tulsa. The fans are leaving the stadium. Some of them don't want to go home. They want to get autographs with the players. FC Tulsa players, win, lose or draw. Anna Bergel, they're always there to support their fans. And in the end, we have to settle for a 1-1 draw, and a credit to both teams. It was, I mentioned it in commentary, it was a battle at times, wasn't it?
No, I mean, the game didn't feel like a draw. It felt like one of these teams deserved to win. It was entertaining through and through. The first half really dominated from El Paso Locomotive FC, to their credit, from a possession standpoint. As we've said, great goal from Cabrera, his 7th of the season. And then the second half, things changed. FC Tulsa came out a different team, a bit more energy from the home side. And then the late substitutions, 3 of them came on, El Medkar being one of them, and he was the difference maker for FC Tulsa with the late equalizer. And then you felt like there might have been more from both of these teams later. Some extra time added on, even about 8 minutes or so. Everyone was just wanting more of this game, but it settles in a tie. But both teams, again, we've mentioned, strong start to the season, put themselves in a good spot, and both head coaches with a lot to take from this game to the next game.
Do you know what I love about this game? I mean, you can see the players down there, look, with the fans, which is wonderful. And, also there are players down there. There are players down there like Arthur Rogers and Gabby Torres and Storfer. They're down there chatting away to each other, former teammates and opponents. We are still waiting to speak to head coach Luke Spencer. At the moment is out there talking to his assistant coaches, as they always have the sort of after the game, sort of post-mortem. So let's take a look at the upcoming schedules. I'll tell you what, we'll start with FC Tulsa, because what I can tell you is they've got to wait 3 weeks again before they're home here again at One Oak Field. And the next game is always around the corner. On the 18th, they go to Lexington, who had a big defeat tonight, 5-1 against Loudoun. And then that tough match on CBS Sports Network at San Antonio. Never an easy place to go, Anna. And then that Birmingham Legion game in the Jägermeister Cup here on the 31st, before a tough trip to Sacramento, a team they've already beaten, and then Phoenix Rising. No game easy, as we always say, but you just want the next game to come round, don't you?
No, definitely, and especially, coming off of a point, FC Tulsa wanting to put themselves back in the win column, but a strong showing here tonight, and I think we'll get a quick chat with head coach Luke Spencer after this game.
Yeah, wonderfully queued up there, Anna Bergel. Luke Spencer joining us here live on the broadcast. Luke, thanks as ever for taking, the time out. I just noticed you were there with your assistant coaches. I don't know if any of the discussion was about the result, but do you take a point, or are you disappointed not to get all 3 tonight in the end?
Yeah, we're disappointed. There are some positives to take from it, but overall we're disappointed. Felt like we should have won that game. We knew they played midweek. We knew they would have some tired legs. So disappointed we weren't able to take advantage of that.
Coach, what did you say to your team at halftime? It felt like, a lot more energy in the second half, some great showings from the substitutes as well. What was the message and the change in the second half?
Yeah, just to keep going and believe in what we were doing. In the first half, we had a ton of set pieces we created, and we didn't capitalize on them. We knew we were going to get set pieces in the second half, so we wanted to execute on those. But to keep pushing, and we knew they had tired legs, and we knew the game would turn in our favor. And that's what happened. Just unfortunate we weren't able to get the 3 points tonight.
And Luke, finally from us, Anna's already touched on it. You made some inspired substitutions. You must be delighted, obviously, for El Medkar getting the goal, but all of these substitutes seemed to make a difference when they came on.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's something that we speak about a lot, that we're collective in what we do. Subs have a responsibility to impact the game in a positive way. I was pleased for Khalil to get on the score sheet. He deserves it. He's been working hard. So happy to see that.
Luke Spencer, thank you so much, as always, for taking time out. We'll let you get down there with the lads and have a good week of training, so before the next game.
Thank you.
That's Luke Spencer there, and he's disappointed in the end not to win the game of football.
I think that tells you just the mentality of the coach and his team and what they look for this season, and obviously getting the point, but you can see there that the full team wanting to get the 3 points, and they'll have to look ahead to the next game.
Adam Ogle, thank you so much for your contributions tonight. It's been a wonderful game of football. At times we said it was a battle between these two great rivals, FC Tulsa and El Paso Locomotive FC. El Paso were winning the game 1-0 at half-time, but FC Tulsa really took the game to El Paso, and in the end, El Madkar was able to equal things up for FC Tulsa's first draw of the season. Thanks to our wonderful crew. Thank you to you. We'll see you in 3 weeks. FC Tulsa 1, El Paso Locomotive 1.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.